Yeah, you said no video.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully everyone can hear me right now. We are recording this session. We are going to use a platform called Adobe Connect today. This is the platform that we use to facilitate our thesis defense exams in SGPS. It also has a little training functionality in it that I'm going to be using today to kind of show you these changes in PeopleSoft, how they work. I put a little agenda on the bottom left of the screen here. Everyone should see the 6 topics we're going to talk about. I expect this to take no more than 15 minutes for us to get through everything, and I am recording the session, so we will be able to review it afterwards. Please hold any questions you might have. If you have a question, you can fire it into the chat box, but I'm not going to answer questions until I'm through the agenda, just because at that point I'm going to end the recording and we can get on to the nitty-gritty details you guys might have questions about. So let's get started. Item number 1 is nothing new. It's actually probably 6 months old. I should mention that Terry's in the room with me too if you guys have any real specific admissions questions. But it's about 6 months old. It's the ability for programs now to upload offer letters within PeopleSoft and have those offer letters display to applicants. I'm just going to change this. So I'm just going to sign into PeopleSoft. You should all be able to see my screen. I am signing into the testing database that we have. I've included the link for this database in the agenda if you want to use it. This is a free kind of copy of PeopleSoft that if you ever want to test anything out, like any of the changes that we make today, you're welcome to use that link that's part of the agenda and copy it, favorite it on your browser, and you can jump into this PeopleSoft environment anytime if you want to see how things work like I'm going to do today. So sharing a department offer letter with an applicant. Everyone should be aware of the old functionality that lets you type in your own offer letter data directly into PeopleSoft if you wanted. But this new change actually allows you to put an entire PDF alongside the application. So I've jumped into Department Assessment. I pulled up an application. I'm going to select the Offer Letter Communication tab. I'm gonna. This is the old environment where I could write something out by hand to the applicant, but I can also now add an attachment, add a PDF. So I select Add Attachment. I find the file. I'm just going to grab. This is just a summary file. I grab the file. I select Upload. That file is being pushed into PeopleSoft, and now when I actually offer that person admission, when I select this offer button, and I process those letters, that department offer letter, the one that I just attached as a PDF, will show to the applicant when they visit Student Center. If you want to see what that looks like, I'm going to jump over to My Student Center just to show you. So here's a copy of My Student Center. Here's my application of geology. Here's where I can accept or decline the offer. Here's where I can view the department letters that have been issued for me. So if I click on this View Letters button, any second now, we should get the letters that have been generated for that offer. So View Print Letter, this first button here lets me see the actual official offer letter, that is the SGPS template offer. This second option here, this department offer letter, is you click on this and you'd be prompted to see what I just uploaded. I mean, this is a terrible example because it's a nomination form for SGPS membership, but if you attached your own department offer letters, you would see those here. Your applicants will be able to see them. And again, here's the offer letter generated for this applicant. So that is how you attach department offer letters. Those department offer letters would be accessible to the applicant until the start of the term they've been admitted to. So in this case, I've applied for fall 2015. My access to this letter as of now would be available until the end of August 31st, at which point these letters simply disappear. This whole box here says no active applications as of this point. All right, so that's item number 1 on our agenda. Let's jump to item number 2. Item number 2 is the ability for SGPS and departments now to make distinct comments on applications. I'm going to jump back to department assessments. Just pull up an application. And the comment field's at the bottom of the home page for department assessment. We're used to seeing one comments field. There are now two. This isn't a huge change, but it's just an organizational change, really, where SGPS will be typing all of their comments into this new comments box for SGPS. You, unfortunately, won't have access to that box. You can only read what's in it. And this department comments field will be available to you, your faculty members, anybody who has access to your applications, to write whatever comments you feel are necessary to assess that application. So these two exist independent of one another now, and both will pull independently into the summary report as well. They'll be under different headers. So nothing too exciting here. Again, if you want to save comments, it's up to you and how you really organize the comments that you submit into the applications. I could say, like, I want this applicant, and save. And that would be a department comment, just as usual. The only real difference is that we've distinguished them from SGPS in the department. Let's get to withdrawing applicants. So two new buttons up top here, waitlist and withdraw. The first one we'll talk about is withdraw. Withdrawing an applicant is effectively canceling their application. I can press this button. I'll be prompted with, you are about to withdraw this student. The important thing I need everyone to understand with pressing the withdraw button is that no email communication will be sent to the applicant. So a lot of programs have said to us, I really want to hit that deny button, but I don't like that generic deny email that goes to applicants. If you want to clear applicants off of your list, and you don't want to email Terry a listing of everyone who wants to come on, or you want to wait until the start of the term, you can use this withdraw button. It will immediately withdraw the applicant from your applicant pool. We won't lose their application or anything. We'll still have a record of their application. They'll be just noted as withdrawn by you on the date that you record this action. If you want to see what this will look like to an applicant, I'm going to say yes here. And I'm going to jump over to this applicant's student center to show you, just so you're aware of what exactly they'll see when this action happens. So you can see this applicant has an active application. However, it is, well, in this case, no longer active. All right. So we hope any program that presses this withdraw button will be independently contacting applicants to let them know why their application is no longer active. All right. Alyssa. Yes, Terry's saying the other case for withdrawing an application would be some sort of administrative error. So the applicant calls you up, says, I applied to your program accidentally.
I'm no longer interested.
Or even it's an impromptu way of responding to an applicant calling you saying, sorry, I'm going to Toronto. Don't assess me. Don't look at me. I don't need any more consideration. I'm going to another school. My application is effectively canceled. Hitting that withdraw button would remove it from your queue. So let's jump over to waitlisting applicants, a really similar process. Just like the withdraw process, the waitlist process now has a new button. You press the button, get a warning message. Again, similar to withdraw, no email is going out to the applicant because we believe if you are waitlisting applicants, however you're organizing that waitlist is something that you guys handle yourselves and you communicate to your applicants yourselves. We don't want to send them generic messages saying simply contact your program if you have more questions. We like to think that you're handling the communications for waitlisting. Again, when I want to waitlist the student after prompted with the warning message, I just say yes. I'll see my application's been updated with the waitlist status. And if you want to see what the applicant would see, I'll jump over to Student Center. What they would see when they sign into Student Center. Their application's been set to waitlist. There's a blue square indicating their waitlist status. Don't ask me what that means. Most of them are quite explanatory, but blue square waitlist. Get ready for that question. Why a blue square? That's a PeopleSoft default value, I believe. So we have these withdraw and these waitlist buttons now added. We've also made a small change to when these buttons are available to you.
Oh, can we just mention that they can offer or deny after waitlist?
Oh yeah, and I guess, yeah, Terry brings up a good point. You might expect this, but just to confirm, once an applicant is waitlisted, you can go back to that application and offer or deny them. Hopefully that's what you'll do with everyone who's waitlisted. So in this case, you know, we've gone far enough in our waitlist, we're ready to offer this person admission. They have been waitlisted previously, so we just press the offer button. You get the same prompt you'd see for that applicant. In this case, an email communication does go out to the applicant. I hit yes, and the application should update to be admitted, and an email has gone to the applicant, this test applicant, to inform them they have been admitted to the sociology program. Okay, so with these new buttons, we heard from programs that some want to make decisions on applications, negative decisions on applications prior to SGPS assessing the application. So this is an application I've brought up that is under preliminary review. SGPS is currently reviewing it. For some reason, there might be, let's imagine, an outstanding ELP form. For some reason, SGPS has yet to set this applicant to RPD status. However, if you as a program want to act on the application and either deny or withdraw them, these buttons are now available to you ahead of time. Once an application is posted in Department Assessment, you can deny or withdraw at your leisure. The same rules apply. When you hit that deny button, you'll be prompted with the warning message. An email will go out to the applicant telling them that they have been denied. The same thing with the withdraw button. You press that withdraw button, and in this case, an email will not go out to the applicant. So you just see this action here. I'll hit yes, and effectively as of the second, I have withdrawn this application. SGPS will not be assessing this application because as of this moment, it's out of their queue to do the preliminary assessment. The only other thing I want to show you today is some changes, some really subtle changes, just so things don't shock you. Subtle changes to the summary reports. Let me just bring up an application here. So we had the application open. We could make a few surface changes to it. One of which was kind of tweaking the summary report, just making it a little more presentable. You'll just notice that there's some changed formatting. We had some really broad and bold tables on the report, and those have been taken out. It's more let's say we use less ink now. Every time we print one of these things is probably what you'll see whenever it wants to load. There we go. So we used to have large tables around citizenship status, around academic history. Things have moved around slightly. We've pushed the first language up into the biographical data at the top here. Nothing too dramatic, but I just wanted to make everyone aware that things will look a little different. Here's where you can see the difference between SGPS comments and department comments and where they'd be posted on the summary report. That's really all that's changed within this document. All right, let's go back to the actual report. So that's really the 6 changes that have happened in the application. Does anybody have any questions?